So give me a second. All right, we're gonna get it started. All right. Shalom Yahweh Shem Yahshua Shalom Yahweh Shema Al Thun by Hashem Yahshai. It's all blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, right? Also like all of Israel, right? Which are all of Israel, right? We are the ISUPK, Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge, right? Letting you know about, your true history. All these classes, they all come straight out the Bible, right? That's our main resources that we're gonna bring out, right? That's like our blueprint right here. It's what we bring out to educate our brothers and sisters on how to build back their lives, right? Their lives, right? So we're gonna get it started, right? We're gonna start with give me John chapter 4. What should we get? Yeah, come on. Give me First John chapter 4 verse 20. First John. Let me get there with you. Come on. There you go. You just flipped it right there and then landed. You didn't even have to look for it. Go ahead.
This is the book of First John, chapter 4, verse 20. If a man say, I love God, and hateth his brother.
If a man say what?
I love God,
right,
and hateth his brother.
Right.
He is a liar.
If a man say, right, if you so-called Christian, right, if you say you love God, right, if you say you love God and hate your brother, especially when go ahead. He is a liar. You don't love God, right? You don't know God. We're telling you the truth, and the first thing that you do is reject us, rather than just hear us, right? Like as soon as we say how we need to separate ourselves from the oppressor, your first instinct is to throw a bottle or a pizza, right? Throw a pizza or slushy from across the street towards us, right? That's what happened last week. Some brother got mad because we were out here, telling our people to separate ourselves from the enemy, and boom, what happens? They have to throw a pizza. I mean, it didn't get far, right? It didn't get far. Just nobody. It just didn't get far. And it happened again too when that truck drove by and tried to throw a bag full of something, but it missed. So it's like, hey, our people. Right? What God said, right? But you hate because you think you know God more than us, right? You think you know God more than the priests and prophets in the ISUPK, right? Under Commander Jerry Hanna. Like we're over here trying to feed you, trying to educate you, trying to help build back, build that which was broken, right? We're trying to help you gain your inheritance, which is the whole earth. But yet you rather feed off of crumbs. That's sad, man. That's sad. You rather feed off of crumbs, and not only and because you hate us because of what we're telling you, right? You are a liar. So you can't say that you love God or that you know God, right? Because first you hate your brother that is in the streets trying to educate you, trying to tell you, what's good for you, right? Trying to feed you, but yet you reject him and say, "No, you my enemy." And hug what? Amber Geiger. That's what you do. You hug Amber Geiger and you hate Botham Jean. Keep going.
For he that loveth not his brother, whom he hath seen, how can he love God, whom he hath not seen?
Right. Read that again.
For he that loveth not his brother, whom he hath seen, how can he love God, whom he hath not seen?
Right. For he that loveth not his brother whom he had seen, right? You see us in the streets all the time, right? You see your brother and your sister all the time, right? It's like you see your brothers out in these streets all the time, telling you you know, uh, what to do, right? How to separate yourself, educating you on the history of our people and our enemies, right? Whom ye have seen, right? How can he love God whom he hath not seen? So you haven't even seen the Most High yet, Salakia. And not only that, but you haven't even heard of the Most High. You haven't even heard of who the Most High is in these scriptures, right? So you really have nothing to say, right? You really have no love in you towards the Most High, no conocimiento. You don't have no knowledge, no you just don't have any understanding of the Most High, right? The only thing you have is what? Is words, vain words, right? What is that? When you say you love something, but it's just it doesn't. You say you love the Most High, but when you say that, you say it in the sense that the Most High doesn't require nothing of me. Why? Because every Christian believes that God loves you no matter what, right? God is good all the time. All the time, God is good, right? That's what you believe, and that's what you eat up. And that is a lie, man. God doesn't love the sinner. If you breaking the least of these laws and teaching men to do so, you should be called least in the kingdom of heaven. You shouldn't even be talking about these scriptures as if you know so much, as if you know the Most High. So don't come here and telling us what God is, or so like who God is, right? Who God is, and that how you have a what personal relationship, una relación personal con Dios, right? No digas que tienes una relación personal con Dios cuando tú ni conoces a Dios. You don't even know the Most High. You don't even know His name, right? Like you don't even know His name, man, right? Yahweh in the Hebrew, right? Keep going.
And this commandment have we from him, that he who loveth God love his brother also.
Right. And this is a commandment, right? This is a commandment, right? And this commandment have we from him who? From the Most High, that he whom loved God love his brother also. What does that mean? If you so-called Hispanic, right, Latino, right? Para toda mi raza, right? If you are so-called Mexican and you hate a so-called Negro, right? That is wrong, right? You are to love your brother. That is your brother, right? Your brother is right. If you are so-called Black, Hispanic, Native, Guatemala, Haitian, Dominican, right? West Indian. Give me some more, right? If you, it's like, what was that? Colombian, Cuban, right? Chile, Venezuela, Honduras, Uruguay. You know, if you so-called Black, Hispanic, Native American, right? Navajo, Yaqui, Apache, First Nation, right? You brothers, man. You are brothers. And this is what the Most High said. He commands you to love one another. What is the hate? You know where the hate comes from? The white man, right? It's like our oppressor. That's where the hate comes from. Our oppressor, by the hand, by his power, he divided us, divided us, conquered us, and then he gave us religion. And with that religion, he gave us an image. What was the what was the image that he gave us to worship? Look it up. Look this up in your Google, right? Caesar Borgia, right? He is the image that was given to you by our oppressor. That is not the real Jesus Christ, right? And another thing too, you can't call him Mexican. His Lord and Savior is a black man, right? Because I I really don't know where we get from, but I know I've heard it from my grandmother, and growing up. But it's like and it's really because of America, of how they painted. It all started from what's that one movie? Birth of a Nation, right? Birth of a Nation is a good example of it, right? It starts by telling you by programming you and telling you visually who is a criminal, right? Anybody that looks like this is a criminal, right? Because this is what criminals look like and this is what they do. This is their characteristics. This is what they like to listen to. This is how they dress. So it's like, because of a society, they have taught us, whether it be through TV, music, or whatever, right? They have taught, or even religion, right? Because religion, that's, I know, it's like, I ain't trying to jump around. All right, so I'm gonna stick to it. Whether it be whatever, right? Even your grandparents, right? Um, they gonna basically program you to hate your brother, because he's not Afro Latino, like but I, I told I was skating, right? I was skating, uh, skating down, right? And out of the nowhere, I had my headpiece, my earbuds, right? I had some. I was playing music basically, right? And I was skating, and out of the nowhere, I get told, "Go back to where you came from, you nigger," with a hard R. I was just like, "What?" I was like, I never heard that. I was like, that was the first time I was like, "What?" And I was just like, all right, I guess, I mean, but I was just like, I was surprised. I was like, I mean, I guess. I mean, during the time, I didn't really, think nothing of it. But I was just like, man, I guess I am getting dark, But it's just that's how we are, though. Though we be, and really, the so-called black man, right, isn't even black. Like this is black right here. This is black. Black doesn't even have a color. They're really brown. They just darker than us, right? Christ was a black man. Christ was, he was so dark, as if he burned in a furnace, right? His feet were like unto brass, as if it burned in a furnace, right? That's how dark Christ was. Solomon, right? Solomon said, I am black but comely, beautiful, right? Black is a beautiful color, man. Black is a beautiful color, right? Give me give me um all right, now give me First John chapter 2 verse 3. Right? Now we're gonna get another one, right? For love.
This is the book of First John, chapter 2, verse 3. And hereby we do know that we know him.
Hold up. Once again. Keep going.
And hereby we do know that we know him.
All right, go ahead.
If we keep his commandments.
Right, that's how we know we know. That's how we know the Most High, right? Now, we just read one of the commandments, right? Which is to what? Love your brother, right? Keep going.
He that saith, I know him, and keepeth not his commandments, is a liar.
Is a what?
A liar.
A liar, man. If you love homosexuality, if you support homosexuals, right? Then you are a liar, right? You do not love the Most High. If you are teaching your children that it is okay, right? Like what's that basketball? I forget his name. Oh man, I was gonna say some other name.
Gabrielle Union's wife.
That's her name?
I think no, that's it. That's the woman's name.
That's the woman's name.
Yeah, Gabrielle Union.
Nah, I want the basketball player. I don't know. I don't even know her. His wife. Anyway, Salaki, if you support, homosexual, if you support that lifestyle, right, and you encouraging your child, right, because you think you love your child, right, you think you love your child when you are teaching him, right, a disgusting act, right, a disgusting thing of living, right. It's really a disease, man. It's una enfermedad, right? It's a disease in your head, thinking that you are a woman trapped inside a man's body or a boy's body. Like first of all, that child's young. How you gonna let that child choose its birth, right? People have something where it's in today's in this society now they get to let the child choose. In the birth certificate they put not assigned, right? I believe it is, right? They put not or man, right? They don't, oh man, gender neutral or something like that. Gender neutral, I believe it's how it's pronounced, right? Gender neutral meaning, you don't. No, I don't think it's that one, man. Man, it's like. Go ahead.
It's like they put to be continued.
He said to be continued. Hey, that's a good one. Oh man, Nah, that's not what they put, but that's a good that's a good one. Go ahead.
So like, I mean, like figuratively, like kind of like we're gonna decide later.
Yeah, I mean Khan. Yeah. All right, Salakia. Nah, they put it in the birth certificate, instead of choosing boy or girl, they're gonna let the child choose, right? Just so you know you can't, so just so you won't offend that child, right? Because obviously the child has more power in the house than than the mother and the father, right? Which is ridiculous, man. How you gonna let the child choose, man? You're hurting that child, man. How you gonna hurt? How you gonna let that child? It's like letting that child choose between sticking a needle in its arm, a used needle or whatever, right, in his arm, and oh well, he knows what's best for him, right? It's like, man, it's just so wrong, right? You wouldn't want that for your child, right? It is the same thing, right? Whether it be big or small, that is the same thing. However you want to look at it, right? It is a wrong thing. It is a wrong thing to teach a child that it is okay to be homo, to change your gender, right? To change your gender uh, based on how you feel or whatever it may be, right? Whatever it may be. But read that again from the top, verse 3. We went all the way. Go ahead.
And hereby we do know that we know him, if we keep his commandments. He that saith, I know him, and keepeth not his commandments, is a liar.
Right. If you say you keep his commandments and you're teaching, whether it be your children or whether it be you Christians, your church, right, allowing homosexuality to come in. You remember seeing that, right? How the Catholics were now allowing homosexuals to come into their church, right? Now they're opening up the churches for in homosexual marriages, right? Go ahead.
Salaki, sir. The trooper Razan said that that basketball player named is Dwayne Wade.
Dwayne Wade, Khan, Thwada. But like I was saying, they're opening the churches for homosexuals, right? It's like whatever the people want, they give it to them. But when it comes to the Most High, it's never that, right? It's never, oh, you know, we'll we will give up our seats for Christ. It's never that, right? And you can, and I'm this is something I'm basically quoting off of the Bible, right? Where the Sadducees and the Pharisees didn't want to give up their seats because Christ, what they said, he does many wonders, many kind of believe that's what it said, right? Many wonders, and if they wouldn't do nothing about it, they will replace them with Christ, right? So what did they have to do? They had to kill him, right? They had to murder him, right? Which is the wrong thing to do, right? And it's what you do today too, right? Because you don't want us to be you don't want Commander General Hana to govern Israel. You'll rather create another religion and say no. Well, anybody can be, an Israelite, right? Anybody can convert to Christianity. Anybody can convert to Muslim, or you choose. You choose your an obstacle of, you can't just replace pork bacon with beef bacon. Like, is that too much? Like, I know, like that is it's ridiculous, right? You just have to have the pork, right? You have to have the regular pork, the regular bacon, right? Regular meaning in your head, that's all you've eaten is pork, right? When you hear of when you hear of chops, right? You don't hear lamb chops, right? You hear of pork chops, right? That's what your mind tells you, right? You like to eat chitlins, right? Tripas, right? That's what you love. You love the smell of, oh my God, the smell of tripas is disgusting, man. I don't know who can, you know, stand next to that while they're, and it's just disgusting. I don't know how you bite into that, man. It is disgusting. So you can't just replace one with the other. You can't just, but you have to have pork, right? You have to celebrate your birthday every year on that day, right? You have to celebrate your birthday, right? You don't love God, right? You believe you because of Christianity and what they breed nothing but weak and cowards, right? You feel like you're too afraid to not, to skip a birthday or skip your mother's birthday, if that, right? Or your girlfriend's birthday, right? You can't skip your girlfriend's birthday. If you forget, man, she's gonna be on your head 24/7. She's never gonna forget it. And now, you're never gonna be able to enjoy, your days. She's gonna what? Shorten your days. All right. She's gonna shorten your days, man. Why? Because you don't love the Most High. You love yourself. You're selfish. You have no Sorry, you have no love for your brother, for your sister. What are we doing this for, man? What are we suffer? What are we enduring? Why? Right? What are we enduring? What are we separating ourselves from? The world, from today, from the world, right? Because if you love the world, then guess what? Or if you love the world, you're gonna be a part of the world, and guess what? You're gonna hate the Most High. The world is against the Most High. If you didn't know that, the world does not want the Most High's existence on this earth. Why? Because the Most High requires you to be obedient, requires you to be what? Holy, pure, separate. You and get yourself a white woman, right? You want to forget about your brother and get yourself a white man, right? You want to forget, in white gated communities, right? Because it's better in Chandler, right? It's better in Chandler and Surprise, or you know Paradise Valley, right? It's better over there than what? The South Side, right? The South Side, the East Side, right? It's better than what is it, Levine, right? It's Maryville, Water. Right? It's better than Maryville, right? You love those. You rather choose to a community where your own community make it better make it perfect, right? We are in Him. Give me First John 4:17.
The book of First John, chapter 4, verse 17. Herein is our love made perfect, that we may have boldness in the day of judgment. Because as He is, so are we in this world.
Right. Read that again.
Herein is our love made perfect, that we may have boldness in the.
So, like, give me First John chapter 2 verse 15.
The book of First John chapter 2 verse 15. Love not the world.
Love what?
Love not the world.
Right. Now we talked about love, right? Of what to love, who to love, right? Now we're talking about what not to love, right? Because the world wants to say the Christians love to believe that God loves everybody, right? But right here we're seeing that the Most High said what?
Love not the world.
Love not the world. Go ahead.
Neither the things that are in the world.
Right. Neither the things that are in the world. What's in the world? Go ahead.
Everything that's outside of the law, sir.
Right. But right? Everything that's outside of the law, right? One thing that's, in the world is cowardness, right? Weakness, right? Being weak, being afraid, being a liar, right? You basically can't, you can't go a day without lying. Why? Because you're afraid. You're afraid of your mother. You're afraid of your woman. You're afraid of your children. My God, some of you are afraid of your children, of them crying. So you have to give them what they want. That's how much fear you have, man. You're afraid of getting pulled over, right? You're afraid of the white man, right? You're afraid of of getting a ticket. So you have to lie your way out of every situation. Why don't you just do what you need to do, man? Why don't you just do what you need to do? Put your seatbelt on, drive speed limit, and maybe, you wouldn't get pulled over, right? Why wouldn't you just tell the officer the truth? Why don't you just tell your woman, yes, I'm going to have more than one wife, right? Instead of lying, going behind her back and telling her what? No, baby, you're the only one I want. And then go to the strip club and see who you can find, right? Read that again.
Love not the world.
Love not the world. And that's what the world breeds, man. Cowardness, right? Cowardness. But the Most High didn't give you the spirit of coward, right? Of fear, right? Give me Joshua, right? Give me the book of Joshua. Yeah. Joshua 1:9.
This is the book of Joshua, chapter 1, verse 9. Have not I commanded thee? Be strong and of a good courage.
Go ahead.
Be not afraid.
Be what?
Not afraid.
Right. Go ahead.
Neither be thou dismayed.
Right. Go ahead.
For the Lord thy God is with thee whithersoever thou goest.
Right. Wherever you go, the Most High is going to be with you, man. You ain't got nothing to fear but the Most High, right? Some people, the world says you got nothing to fear but fear itself, right? Which is a worldly thing to say, right? But if you fear the Most High, man, you wouldn't fear anything, right? Even thy enemies would be at peace with you. Why? Because you have the Most High with you, man, right? If you love the Father and keep His commandments, right, which He commanded you to be strong and of good courage, right, and to be perfect, right? Keep His commandments, right? Give God, give me Book of Psalms. Hold on. Give me the Book of Psalms, chapter 1, verse 2.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 1, verse 2. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in his law he meditates day
And in His law does He meditate day and night. All you think about, right? Especially when you in here, man. All you think about, man, what happened? Because oh my God, the truth, I didn't know how many things had pork in it. I was just like, what? I didn't know marshmallows had pork in it. I didn't know candy, anything with like this gelatin had pork in it. I didn't know like flan had pork in it. I didn't know like it's things like that. Like I didn't know like things that you wouldn't even think of. Toothpaste has pork in it. Like you got to read every little thing to know that okay, and that shows how much love you have for the Most High because you meditating His law, His instructions, that's real love, man. That's love. That is like that is striving for perfection, right? Because in the world, you didn't give a damn. You didn't care, right? Whatever happened, happened, right? What did they say? The world says, go with the flow, right? Just go with the flow. You only live once. YOLO, right? Back then, that was a big thing, right? People used to get it tatted, right? People, I like get it tatted. I had t-shirts, bracelets, all of that, right? YOLO, YOLO, only live once, this, and that made us like really the root, right? Your selfishness, right? You just wanna you selfish and you wanna be like other nations, right? You wanna be a drug dealer like Al Capone, right? Like Godfather and whatnot, right? You wanna sniff as you want to do all the drugs of the world, right? Be pop pills, right? I'm over here working at landscaping, and every now and then I used to think all the drug addicts would hang out in 7-Elevens. I'm seeing them hang out in what? In QTs, in Quick Trips. Like every Quick Trip that we go to, like, oh, you got some blues? I was like, what the hell is that? Homeboy said, oh, they just some pills. I'm like, God damn. It's like that's what it does to you. Like if you like, man, it's sad, man. It is sad. It is a sad thing, man. That's why, man, you have to meditate the law day and night, man. You cannot sleep on it, man. You cannot sleep on it. You can't just, oh, you know what? Just give it to me. I'll eat it. Right? Or you know what? Is this pork? You know what? I'm gonna just eat it. What happens happens. That's another worldly thing to say, right? Whatever happens happens. Go ahead. You gonna say something? To each his own, right? To each his own. Whatever happens happens. If another one was if God wants me dead, strike me right now, or something like that, right? Something in those words. I don't really know how to quote it right, but something in those words, right? A sinner will always have an excuse of why not to sin, man. Give me that real quick. You know which one I'm talking about? If you could look for it. If not, I got it right here. I'll look for it. Right? But go back to 1 John. Is it 2:15? Yeah, 2:15. Go ahead. Read that again.
This is the book of 1 John, chapter 2, verse 15. Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him.
Right. The love of the Father is not in him. Right. All right. Give me Ecclesiasticus 2. That's like 32 and 17. Right. Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, right? If you love Christmas, you love, your Caesar Borgia, you love your pork, right? You love your little, shrimp cocktails, right? You love going to lobster and eating, picking out the biggest lobster or whatnot, right? Some bottom feeders, you love your bottom feeders, man. Then the love of the Father is not in you, man. You can't say you love the Most High when you support when you support the things that are in the world, man. You can't say you love the Most High. Neither can you say you know the Most High. Why? Because you don't keep his command. You don't love him, and you love the world more and yourself more than the Most High, right? So reflect on that before you open up your mouth and just say nothing, right? That's all you're saying is nothing, right? Because the Most High doesn't hear what the prayers or the prayers of the wicked, right? Keep going. Go ahead. So give me that.
This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 32, verse 17. A sinful man will not be reproved, but findeth an excuse according to his will.
Read that.
A sinful man will not be reproved, but findeth an excuse according to his will.
A sinful man will not be reproved, right? You can't check, not alone, but is very weak, very emotional. but very like aggressive in the sense that, oh, I was born this way. That's one of the what? Excuses, right? That's one of the excuses. I was born this way, this and that, right? I was born this way. What was another one? You love smoking weed, right? Oh, it's not even a drug. It's just a plant, right? It's just I don't like if God didn't make if God made this, well then why is it here? If it's all wrong, then why is it here? Right? Like for all you potheads, right? All you crackheads, really, right? That's really what you are. You a crackhead, right? For all you crackheads that love to smoke weed, right? Smoking weed is a sin according to the Most High, right? Awesome, right? But we're gonna keep going. Read that one more time.
A sinful man will not be reproved.
Right. A sinful man will not be reproved, right? You can't tell a sinful man, right? You can't tell your family, oh, hey, stop eating that pork. They always got something to say, especially a Christian man. Christian will go fight tooth and nail for that pork, right? For that ham, for that for that bacon. You can't fight with a sinner about his addictions. His addiction is that demon. That demon is so strong, or has taken over its body, where it's like it won't even come to the conscience, right? It won't come to the realization that what he is doing is killing him, right? It is killing him slowly but surely. And as soon as they get an excuse, they get it's telling you to back the hell up. We got this, right? We got this. Don't tell us what to do. I'm taking over now, right? Give me John 13:34. Actually, give me 15 and 12.
This is the book of John, chapter 15, verse 12. This is my commandment, that ye love one another, as I have loved.
Ye are my friend if ye do whatsoever I command you, man. If I command you, if you come in here, man, if you come in here and everyone starts from bottom, right? Young man, anybody would tell you, right? Command Jerry Hahn start from a young man. Everyone start from a young man, right? So don't come up in here and think that we're being unbrotherly because we tell you, hey, you gotta be dressed in all black. Hey, like, first of all, brothers in here aren't gonna tell you, hey, shut the hell up, nothing like that. Like in here, like everybody is, how do I say, cordial? No, very respectful, right? Brotherly, right? Like, relax. Like, for instance, like Nobody's gonna tell a brother. Nobody's gonna come up to a brother and just grab his shirt and tell him like, "Hey, this is wrong," or something like that. Like hey, like I don't know, right? I don't know how. Give me a good example, something like that, right? Go ahead.
It's like it, sir. Like we have a code of conduct that we follow that was set by the men above us. So
Right,
and that code of conduct is brotherly love. So
right,
we don't correct brother and Salakia. The men above me don't correct me or any other brother out of hatred or discontent.
right. Because, for instance, right, if I could, like, especially what this brother said is perfect, right? Like we in here, we have a code of conduct. Everything, like from the announcements to everything, right? We let a brother and a sister shed themselves of the world. That's the first thing you gotta let the brother do. Like you can't just come up to him aggressively, right? You can't be like Jehovah's Witness, just knock on his door and be like, hey, are you gonna come or what? Or do we gotta keep on coming over to you? Like that's not how we do things in here. Like relax, So they come in here, they get the 90 days, get themselves out of the world, right? And when a brother tells you something, it's not you know, off of a mean look or of a bad vibe or whatever they a bad I don't know, right? Off of just because of what you look like, right? This is nothing personal. It's just everybody goes through it, right? Every brother starts from what? All black, right? Boots tucked in, right? A headpiece on, all black. Everything from a headpiece to a shirt to pants, right? Go ahead.
I got a precept.
Go ahead.
It's the book of Hebrews, chapter 12, verse 6. For whom the Lord loveth, he chasteneth, and scourgeth every son whom he receiveth. If ye endure chastening, God dealeth God dealeth with you as with sons. For what son is he whom the Father chasteneth not?
Right. That's a good one. That's a good one. I'm trying to look for one of where Christ that I'm specifically going to Christ for a reason,
Mhm.
right? Because Christ, for instance, oh man, I can't find it. I have it, I just can't find it. Right. Oh, good. Which one was the one that you gave me?
What the other one is Hebrews 12 and 6, or 6 and 7. Yes, sir.
You see 11?
Book of Hebrews, chapter 12, verse 11. Now no changing for the present seemeth to be joyous, but grievous. Nevertheless, afterward it yieldeth the peaceable fruit of righteousness unto them which are exercised thereby.
No, man. I had one. I had a perfect one too. This was with Christ, man. Man. So I hear. You know what? I'm gonna drop that. All right, just give me man, give me Ecclesiasticus 6 and 17. All right, I have it right here.
This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 6, verse 17. Whoso feareth the Lord shall direct his friendship aright. For as he is, so shall his neighbor be also.
Right. That's basically like being one accord, right? You man, you're gonna tell your brother, right? Hey, that's wrong. Like, don't be doing that, right? You shouldn't be smoking that weed, man. Hey, don't be eating that pork, guy. That's not what the Most High gave us. That's not for us, man. The Most High did not give us, pork, right? Pork will give you what? High blood pressure. Guide him, direct him, right? You his brother. Let him know, right? Like, don't be afraid of what they're gonna say, because you're gonna get some, like, for instance, excuses, right? You get a lot of excuses, but you're gonna get a lot of what? Hate, because you trying to help the brother out, right? You trying to tell him, I don't get with a white woman. Like, don't say he's doing fight you to the nail, or they're taking our women to, or making excuses, some BS of an excuse, right? Like, why don't you just get with your own? Why don't you get with your own sisters? I can't deal with it with what I'm saying? Like, I let them know still, right? You still gonna check. You still gonna tell the brother, right, in a brotherly way, right? You still gonna tell the brother, with season, basically, right? You gonna tell him in a mannerly way, right? Hey, it's wrong. What you doing is wrong, right? Because if you go into Leviticus, it's like into the book of Deuteronomy, right? The Most High said that we would be cursed if we continue in our ways, right? If we continue away from from our law, if we separate ourselves from the law and look, if you look at that, right? How to love the Most High, right? Correct his ways, right? Correct his ways so that way he knows, right? So that way he knows not, he knows of the outcome that is gonna bring him, right? Like, I wish somebody told me this from before, right? I wish I was taught. I wish I was taught this from a child, man. This would have saved me so many, long nights, so many, sleepless, you know, so much you have to direct, it's not just from, your family. Like, you're gonna tell your family, you're gonna see your family eating some, yeah, that's wrong. They're gonna tell you, nah, this and that, this and that, right? Um, right? You see a brother that's, in school, and you let them know, know, we don't say that, right? We don't wear fringes on shirts, right? We don't wear fringes on shirts. Just let you know, it's just a brotherly thing to do, you know. Some might get offended, some might not. At the end of the day, the one who wants to learn, or will keep into, into this, you know, you know, but let them do, but do it in a brotherly way, right? Do it in a brotherly way, because you don't. Nobody came up to you and told you, yeah, like slapped you in the face. What is you doing, right? Out of nowhere, like, whoa, what? The disrespect. Nobody grabbed you, by the shirt, like, come over here, like, you see this? Nah, hell no, like, relax, right? I know the Most High says be zealous, but that's not the right thing to do. That is not brotherly. That is a wrong thing to do. You unbrotherly if you do something like that, right? That is an unbrotherly thing to do. Right? First of all, pull them to the side. Hey, so such and such. You know, don't you can't be wearing fringes on your shirts, right? That's not what the borders, you know, that's not what the scripture says, right? Now we could go in here and then you'll break it down, precept upon precept, and it's like, all right, you know what? Okay, throw it out, Here, hold on, give me a second. We're gonna get then we just got that one. We're gonna get Matthew's chapter 5, verse 22. All right. Book of Matthew's. Give me a second. All right. Book of Matthew's. All right. Book of Matthew's, chapter 5, verse 22. But I say unto you that whosoever is angry with his brother without a cause shall be in danger of the judgment, right? If you're angry with your brother for no reason, right? Hold on, give me a second. Come on, right? Like, if you angry with your brother for what, he's a darker shade than you, right? Just because he's darker shade than you, or he's a lighter shade than you, it might be, the other way around, right? Might be, oh, you lighter, or you light skin, this and that, right? Or you a white boy, or a gringo, right? If you Mexican, that's, leche, así le dicen, right? Oh, este es leche, basically, like, it's basically saying you milk, right? Because milk is white, so that's like, some, you over here hating on, another, and you just pick on them for no reason, just pick on them for no reason, right? You hate them. And it's like one of those things where it's like it starts off small, but then it grows into something big, man. Right? It grows into something big, right? So if you hate your brother without a cause, right? Without a cause shall be in danger of the judgment. And whosoever can read from there. So like Matthew's 5:22. It's like, start from the top.
It's the book of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 22. But I say unto you that whosoever is angry with his brother without a cause shall be in danger of the judgment. And whosoever shall say to his brother, Rakah, shall be in danger of the council. But whosoever shall say, Thou fool, shall be in danger of hellfire.
Keep going.
Therefore, if thou bring thy gift to the altar, and there rememberest that thy brother hath aught against thee, leave there thy gift before the altar, and go thy way. First be reconciled to thy brother, and then come and offer thy gift. Agree with verse.
Hold on real quick. Give me Matthew 25:40. We'll close it out with that.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 25, verse 40. And the king shall answer and say unto them, Verily I say unto you.
Right. King, right? Who's the king?
Yahushua, sir.
Yahushua, right? Yahushua, right? Christ. Keep going.
Verily I say unto you, inasmuch as ye have done it unto one of the least of these my brethren, ye have done it unto me.
Right.
Then shall he say also unto them on the left hand, Depart from me, ye cursed, into everlasting fire, prepared for the devil and his angels.
Give me a minute. And the king shall answer and say unto them, hold on, give me a minute. Right, this is basically talking about the kingdom of heaven, right? And the king shall answer and say unto them, Verily I say unto you, inasmuch as ye have done it unto one of the least of these my brethren, ye have done it unto me, right? Like, understand this. Anybody who has hurt the children of God, has hurt, a so-called Black, Hispanic, Native American, if you done the least, it could be anything, right? It could be like, mocked. It could be just words. It could just, there shall not a dog move its tongue against the children of Israel. You cannot say not one thing against these children. If you done it the least of these things unto the, until what? The least of these things?
Unto the least. Of these my brethren.
Of these my brethren, right? This is my brothers right here. Like, and like you already know how it is. When family gets involved, man, it's over from there. You cannot mess with family, right? La familia. Con la familia no sé cómo se dice, no se meten, right? With the family, you don't get in with family, right? This is our family. Don't come over here talking about, you guys, you guys do it to each other. All right? Don't come over here talking to us about, black and black crime, and then coming to us and thinking that it's okay that you can do it, right? Making an excuse or reason of why family, right? That is family, como dice un corrido, right? Um, how's it go? Dice, aunque peleamos entre familia, morimos por ella, right? Basically it translates, right? Even though we fight with family, we will die for our family, right? Like one thing you cannot do, man. Like it could be, like I said, it could be the least of our family, the least of my brethren. Christ will die, will die for his brother. Will what? Because you have done it unto him, right? Because you have done it unto me. You can't come into this building and say this and that, right? You can't come up to us in the corner and try to do something to us. Like, like with Salaki. Don't try nothing funny when you see the that's how much we love our brothers, man. We're always asking AI, how you doing? Oh, do you need gas money? You need some? How you doing? What's going on? You know, what's the word? What are we doing tonight? It's just ain't nothing more. You know, give me it's like one more scripture. Give me Psalms, right? Book of Psalms, I believe it's 110. Is it 110? Like, nah, it's not 110. You know what I'm talking about? Hold on, give me a minute. Give me 133. Verse 1.
It's the book of Psalms, chapter 133, verse 1. Behold, how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity. It is like the precious ointment upon the head that ran down upon the beard.
Right. It's like when that brother pours you a heavy one, right?
Mm-hmm.
And goes down all the way down to the beard, right? Go ahead.
Even Aaron's beard.
Basically exaggerating, right?
Mm-hmm.
Even Aaron's beard, right? Go ahead.
That went down to the skirts of his garments.
Right, basically. Right. That's how beautiful it is, to dwell with your own brothers, man. Ain't nothing better than being with your own con la raza, right? Like, man, I'm telling you, we gotta make a trip to Cali, man. Every single time I'm at work, that's all I think about is like, man, them brothers, man, them brothers, also Lahal, Kazakia, all them brothers, chilling, Kashar one, that's all I think about when I'm at work. I was like, man, this slave, slavery is, all it was like holding cat, it's like, dealing with my brothers, like, man, I can't wait to come out of here just to, come back, get in these classes and, hang out with my brother, with my carnal, like Kabatamas, right? Officer Apayak, Officer Parak, they're gonna be gone for a while, but shit, they're gonna come back though, right? But that's how it is though. It is a beautiful thing to dwell with your own brothers, man, with your kin, right? Mi sangre, right? And that's what it is. That's how it should be, man. Instead of trying to backbiting, right? Instead of trying to talk about brothers behind their backs and this and that, what happened, instead of man, leave that to females, man. That's some gossip shit, man. Leave that to them, man. Like, why don't you just deal with your own brother, take it to him and him alone, squash that, and boom, let's move on. Now let's go do something, right? Let's go do something. Let's get a drink, boom, pour me one, pour us one, boom, and just chill, hit the carne, go to the carniceria, get some carne, hit that on the grill, let that smoke, hit, and just bump to some whether it be corridos or whether it be to some rap, right? Whether it be to some oldies but goodies or to some funk, right? Like, we gonna be chilling, and I said that because we got all types of brothers that like all types of flavors, right? And that's how it is. Like, we brothers, we carnals, we home, that's what it is, right? And with that, this is the ISUPK, Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge, under Commander Jerry Hanna. Pay your tithes, right? And with that, shalom.